Hey everyone, and welcome back to Shades of Sasha. If you're new here, take a seat, put your crown on, and welcome to the gang. And if you're already part of the gang, you already know what time it is. What's good, baby? So today's video is all about this hair. So since you're here, just keep on watching. Hi, and welcome to Shades of Sasha. If you're new here, I'm Sasha, and here we talk all things beauty. And this is going to be like a quick little intro, like preview, because majority of this video is going to be me kind of showing you the process I did to get this blue color in my hair. But my overall thoughts on this is that for what I was using, for the idea I had in my head, which you can comment below and tell me who you think I was trying to cosplay or what the vision was. I think by this point I should have released the costume idea concept behind it. But literally the goal was I wanted a unit that I can change into the blue color that I saw the vision in my head. And I just really wanted it to be a curly throw. Okay. I had this idea and I was like, it's gonna land, I don't know, but I'm gonna do it. And because that's what I use the unit for, I would say it is a solid 6 out of 10. She crunchy, okay? She is, because of the color I used, she got some gaps in it and it will really show. I think that if you get a 613 unit that is not full, or it's just like not something that you are trying to do something creative with, you're gonna have to spend some serious coin to make sure that it is going to be some either good bundles or good unit. And because I knew I just wanted the unit just to do what I did for my costume and like concept of it, this was a 6 out of 10. If I was like, okay, I just want to buy something and not necessarily do what I was trying to do. The lace is not something that I would say is very blendable. I even sprayed it and that didn't really help. Maybe I needed to go in and like put some press powder or something on it. But honestly, for what it was worth, everything will be inside of the description box. I believe I paid less than $50 and I got mine from Amazon. And I've honestly just not been like an Amazon wig per se person. I have had good luck with their bundles, but that's about it. But she's fluffy. She does have some body to it. I think maybe it's because the curls that's doing that. Right now I have my hair pinned up to do this specific style. But again, I wanted something that would just mimic and be like a fro that I could manipulate and move around. And for that, I think it gave me 10 out of 10 what I was looking for, what the concept is that I had in the hair that I wanted to use it for. But if you are just like, I want a 613 wig that I want to buy and I want it to be of a good quality, I would just say this is going to be a 6 out of 10 overall. The lace is definitely a 3. You're going to have some problems when it comes to blending and just like the customization of that. So if you're a beginner, it is not one that I would recommend and say, yeah, you could play around. You can't play around because you won't find out. Okay, so overall, for what I needed for, I'm gonna give it a solid 10 out of 10. If it's something you're like, I'm interested in, I'll buy it. 6 out of 10. Go at your own caution. Just like I said, the lace is gonna be problematic. The hair is not as full, so there are spots that are like clearly you see the stitching of the platinum blonde wefts, because the reality is it is not a full unit. So those are my overall thoughts. You could keep watching and see how I achieved this unit, but I really wanted to come on camera and just make sure that I gave my overall thoughts and feedback on this unit as well. But thank y'all so much for watching and supporting your girl, and I hope you have a blessed and wonderful day. As we get into this, the first thing you're going to want to do is make sure that you wash the platinum blonde wig that you are using with a purple shampoo, or just a colored treated shampoo specifically, just to wash out any brassiness. You just wanted to tone the yellowness down of the hair. That is, I'm just telling you the process I did exactly, so you can follow that, so it can work hopefully the same way that I did it. Okay, these are the products again that I use. They're Adore dye, and we will be doing the water dye method. So you just want the water to be warm, lukewarm, hot. Obviously, do not hurt yourself and injure yourself in this moment. If something is too hot, if you boil it on the stove, just turn on some cold water to just like balance it out. And I used about half of the bottle for each, because again, I'm using like a 14-inch wig. I did link it below if it is something that you're interested in. I think for what I wanted to do, it did exactly that. Once the wig is washed out, you don't have to wait for it to dye. You can just go ahead and do that. And I just dip the hair in to make sure that it soaks up every single ounce of that color, okay? And then once I typically do this, I grab a brush and I'm just gonna brush my hair through with the color. Just make sure that I am not missing any parts. You don't want any gaps, so make sure that you are taking your time and dipping and going through the hair to look and make sure every single piece of hair actually takes that dye in. I want to say that I know people do complain a lot about when your wig is trying to get to like a bright pink or orange, or not an orange, but like a bright pink or say a lilac color, like any of those really pastel colors. The process of what people have to do is a lot different than this. So if that is what you were trying to achieve, I'm gonna say take a look into other methods and see what it is that worked. I think because the color I was going for was really rich and deep, that is exactly why I didn't really have a problem dyeing my 613 unit. Even if the 613 unit that I was dyeing wasn't the best quality, I still feel like it did exactly what I needed to do because of the type of dye that I was using. So once you've soaked everything, you're just going to go ahead and do your normal process of making sure you're washing the unit out with that same shampoo that you use to take out the brassiness. You're going to condition the unit and just kind of do all of that. Once everything has thoroughly rinsed out, and I know that there is no real color like trapped in the hair that is still like, hey, it's not clean, I then go ahead and I made the wig dry for probably like 30 minutes, to be very honest with you. And I kind of showed you the same process I did with styling the hair, because I know somebody may see like what I had as the styling is like, well, how did you achieve that part? So I didn't leave that out. I wanted to also show that as well. I just went in with some mousse, made sure that the mousse was coated over the entire hair. And then I went in with roller sets and I did the entire head and I kept it drying for like 3 days. And I'm not exaggerating when I'm saying 3 days. It stayed on that mannequin head for 72 hours because I was still busy doing a lot of my other Halloween looks. So for the most part, I was able to do all of that. And this is the final result as you saw in the beginning. So that's the step that I did. And I'm just walking you through it again, just to make sure that if you have any questions, just make sure you drop them in the description box and I'll be sure to answer as soon as I can. But thank y'all so much for watching and supporting your girl. And I hope y'all enjoyed this video.
You was flexing. I know I wasn't the only one you messed with, but it was good. I was on to the next one. I remember when you started checking up. Boy, you must have learned your lesson. Trying to tell me how I always was a blessing. Stayed in the LAS, but you guessed it. Yeah, I got you. Too bad I'm vibing, nigga. I'd be fine without you. Guess you found out all them other hoes wasn't about you. And now you're gonna waste your time chasing me. Nigga, please. Ain't no need to waste your time being caught up over me. Nigga, please. I don't wanna hear about it. You can tell your friends about it. Go tell your friends about it. Go tell your friends about it. Tell them about it. Go tell them what you know, what you see. Now you wishing you was with me living life so